guys, welcome to another TFL Truck Top 5. We've been doing a lot, Nathan, and that is because...
That's because you guys have been giving us great ideas, and we're just trying to top them with even better ideas.
Yeah, you guys seem to like these, so that's what we're doing. We're not going away from doing regular reviews.
No, we're just adding this to it because there's so much to do, and quite frankly, you know, you guys have been asking for it, and we're going to give it to you.
And this is a really cool one. It's top 5 new and unique trucks that you don't know that exists, but that you can buy.
That's right. So think about it. There's certain features that people want, and they figure, oh, it's no longer being made. Well, maybe it is still being made, and we have 5 of them.
Or maybe it's unique and kind of quirky.
Yes, that too.
Or, you know what, let's do it this way. We know what the answers are, but you're going to have to guess. All right, let's start with number 5. Now, we've driven all these.
Yes.
Yeah, so once again, we've been behind the wheel. So number 5 is something that's unique because it's, well, electric, Nathan. Can you guys think of what that truck is?
Well, the Chevrolet Silverado. Now, bear in mind, these are only available for California. There's 500 Silverados and 500 Sierras being built that are e-assist, so they're light or mild hybrids, but they are being built for California. So if you want one and you live in Texas, you could just run over to California, grab one, and then go back to Texas.
Actually, they built them for a few years, right? We had them like 5 years ago. We actually tested
Yeah, and
these.
they kind of petered out, but they're still building. There's a limited number that are available. Once again, it's 500 each, so 1,000 altogether, and only available in California.
And I think the reason that they weren't more popular is because really e-assist is the right word for it, right? You're not getting like 50 mpg. All right, number 4, I'm going to give you a hint. This is a Ford, but it can be powered by something, well, something, I don't want to say gassy, but that's the right word.
I guess, well, that kind of gave it away, that
Yeah.
power, something gas. So that would be the F-150 with the CNG.
Yeah,
compressed natural gas.
We tested that truck, what was it, like 2 years ago? We actually towed with it, and what happened?
The sun, we could have been better.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Yes, very expensive.
Because there's a big CNG tank that lives right behind the
firewall in the bed.
back,
yeah. And also you have to convert it so it can actually run on that, and it's a dual fuel source. And in order to put that all together, it's very expensive to actually have it installed.
And you don't get great range because CNG doesn't have the same amount of caloric value that gasoline has or diesel has. So you stuff a lot of it into a tank, and highly compressed. The tank is big and you don't get to go very far.
That's right.
But it is clean and it is unique, and I bet you didn't know that it existed.
It still exists, baby, but it's only with, as far as we know, only with the Ford F-150. At least that's the one we drove.
All right, number 3, Nathan, is a vehicle that you would think is 4-wheel drive, but it's not.
Hummer.
No, it's a Nissan 2-wheel drive Frontier called the...
Oh, it's the Desert Runner.
That's right. It's
Okay, now let's be fair. Honestly, guys, I had no idea this thing existed until Tommy told us about it. This is basically a Pro 4X. In terms of visually, it looks identical to it, but it's only rear drive. So it's like a desert runner, right?
Yeah, it's exactly a Desert Runner. That's why it's called the Desert Runner.
Yeah, but that's the whole point of it. There used to be other automakers that would build these. These have these same kits, but this comes directly from Nissan, and yes, you can buy it.
Yeah, you can. You can go pick it up today. I think you probably have to order it, but you can get it. All right, let's go for number 2, and this is one you haven't driven, but I have driven.
Yeah.
You know, most trucks are, you know what, they're rear-wheel drive.
Right.
Or
4-wheel drive.
But how about front-wheel drive?
Ooh. Well, that must be only one truck. Everybody's getting mad. They're rolling up their sleeves. Oh, how dare you say it's a truck? But it's the Honda Ridgeline. Yeah,
so I was at the launch of the new Honda Ridgeline, and they went over all the important details, the horsepower, the available torque, and they seemed to have forgotten that it was available in front-wheel drive until somebody actually in the press group raised their hand, and they said, "Is this actually a front-wheel drive truck?" And Honda was like, "Ooh, we can get a front-wheel drive." All right, now this last one, which is our number 1 truck, is a rare bird indeed. It is the most of rare trucks out there, and it's so rare that you probably will never see one, but it does exist, and it's rare because it has a manual transmission and it's a heavy duty. Can you guess?
Yeah, it's the Ram 2500. This is the only truck in its class, in any class at this point, other than midsize, that has a manual transmission as an option. Now here's the cool part about that. Nick, from Ram actually told us about it, and we found out that AEV likes using these platforms for big, badass off-road vehicles because it is the only vehicle around that has a manual transmission that's that big and massive.
Yeah, I mean, if you love shifting your own heavy-duty truck, then there's only one out there, and I could see a lot of benefits to it.
Yep, and I can see a lot of detractors to it. As awesome as manual transmissions are, you can't quite tow as much nowadays. They are very difficult to drive in traffic, and if you have people who who want to drive the truck but don't know how to drive a manual transmission, they're screwed.
And our bonus, as we always do, is not a truck, but it is very similar in that it carries and hauls a lot of stuff, and it is the only vehicle of its kind. Remember the Desert Runner is the only two-wheel drive?
Yeah.
Well, this is the only four-wheel drive van. Can you name it?
Yeah, that's the Sprinter 4x4. And I can name it because I actually had a chance to drive one off-road, and it was pretty damn awesome. A little scary, too, because it's so damn tall.
There's an 8-month wait right now to get one. It's so popular. They build every single one of them that they can get their hands on because people have so much demand for them. People want them for RVs, people want them for work, people want them just because they're really good in the snowy states.
That's right. Now, there are other vehicles in the future that may have all-wheel drive variants, and there are also vans out there that have companies that can retrofit them with a four-wheel drive.
But this is the only one from the manufacturer.
From the manufacturer that has four-wheel drive.
And it's got a little bit of a lift, too.
Yeah, it's higher and surprisingly very flexible off-road. It really blew me away.
And expensive. It's the Mercedes.
Extremely expensive.
All right, guys, if you're jonesing for some more truck videos, we've got a brand new YouTube channel called TFL Now. Just click above or below to check that out because we're putting a lot of extra videos, behind the scenes videos, and eventually live videos when YouTube lets us go live. So we've got a lot more truck videos. They're just not here. They're over at TFL Now, where you can join me, Nathan, Andre, the entire gang. As always, this is Roman.
And Nathan.
Saying thanks for watching. Remember, check out TFLtruck.com for more news, views,
and railroad reviews.
Thanks for watching. Ciao.
Bye.
Ford invited me here to an off-road course they set up to show off the features of the brand new 2017 Ford Super Duty FX4 package. And a lot of fun on the off-road course is coming up right now.
Does the FX4 package give you more ground clearance, or is it the same? The same. But it also has off-road shocks, is that right? Yes, shocks.